Okay, they actually did it. Nate Jacobs is gone. Jacob Elordi's character is officially out of the story, and the way this episode handles it is completely insane. A rattlesnake at his own construction site. This show seriously refuses to do anything the normal way. Welcome back. If you're new here, I break down Euphoria every week, and now we're only one episode away from the finale, In God We Trust. After everything that happened tonight, I'm honestly stressed. Not excited stressed. Full panic stressed. Let's get into it. Episode 7, Rain or Shine, feels like the calm before a complete disaster. The episode opens with Rue narrating, if there's a beginning, there has to be an ending, before shifting into a major flashback focused on Ali. After seasons of being Rue's sponsor and emotional anchor, Ali finally gets his own spotlight episode, and it's easily one of the strongest storylines of the season. We see his life completely falling apart, cheating on his wife, fighting in front of his daughters, drowning in addiction. Then something horrible happens off-screen, and he wakes up in a hospital after major surgery. That moment changes everything. When a nurse offers him morphine, he refuses it. That's the turning point where he decides he wants to survive differently. From there, the episode follows Ali rebuilding his life through recovery meetings and helping others struggling with addiction. The show even revisits the isolation of the COVID era and how badly it affected people trying to stay sober. Rue describes the notebook Ali carries as a reminder of how most addiction stories end, and the parallels between Ali and Rue become impossible to ignore. Ali survived. He kept going. Now the question is whether Rue can do the same. Rue is staying with Lexi now, and she's clearly trying to convince herself she's changing spiritually. She opens up about the visions she's been having and the chaos surrounding her life lately, but Lexi struggles to believe any of it. At first, the conversation has some surprisingly funny moments, but it quickly turns painful when Lexi accuses Rue of slipping backward again. Rue fires back, saying Lexi has judged her the entire time, and then Lexi delivers a brutal line about understanding why their mom emotionally checked out. That one hits hard. Rue storms outside, notices movement behind Cassie's curtains, knocks on the door, and suddenly the episode cuts to someone holding a silenced gun inside the house. No explanation, no follow-up. Just pure tension before the show moves on like nothing happened. Later, Rue finally tells Ali the truth about everything she's been hiding. Instead of yelling at her, Ali reminds her that money and possessions mean nothing compared to the people you love. He says the only reason he's still alive is because he wants to help others whenever he can. Their conversation also leans heavily into the Moses symbolism the season has been building. Ali points out that Moses heard God's voice too, but never actually reached the promised land himself. They make a plan together. Ali will protect Rue's mom while Rue handles one final dangerous mission before leaving for Texas to start over. But the next morning, Ali wakes up and Rue is already gone. All she leaves behind is a note that says, "Forgive me." Yeah, this show knows exactly how to destroy people emotionally. Meanwhile, Cassie's situation somehow gets even worse. Earlier in the season she was already dealing with pressure connected to her online past, but now everything fully collapses after her account is permanently deleted. On top of that, the TV network connected to LA Knights decides they don't want controversy around her anymore and removes her from the project completely. And somehow Lexi ends up being the one forced to tell her. At the same time, Maddy's own career problems are falling apart too, so basically everyone is spiraling together. When Maddy visits Cassie, the confrontation immediately explodes into chaos. Emotions boil over, old wounds reopen, and then Maddy suddenly switches into survival mode, trying to help Cassie rebuild her public image online. For a moment, it actually works. Then the episode casually reveals one of the most disturbing visual details this show has ever done involving Nate's severed finger hidden inside Cassie's apartment during a completely normal scene. I still can't believe they actually put that on television. Later, Maddy asks Alamo for financial help and casually mentions Rue acting strangely and possibly being connected to federal authorities. The second she says it, you can tell Alamo understands something important. The fact that he barely reacts somehow makes the entire moment even scarier. And then the episode completely loses its mind. Nate has been hiding underground at his unfinished construction site after his debts and mistakes finally caught up with him. While trapped there, a rattlesnake slithers into the space with him. Nate realizes what's happening too late, gets bitten, and the episode confirms his death shortly afterward. As ridiculous as the setup sounds, it weirdly fits his character perfectly. Nate spent years controlling, manipulating, and terrifying everyone around him, but this season has slowly shown him losing control piece by piece until his own decisions literally bury him. His downfall reflects everything his life was built on: power, image, money, and control collapsing in on itself. But removing Nate this close to the finale completely changes the energy of the story because now all that tension shifts somewhere else. And that somewhere else is Rue. The episode ends with Rue beginning her dangerous undercover mission. Faye, who has quietly been helping her this entire time, reveals information about a hidden safe that supposedly contains enough money for Rue to escape everything and disappear. But when they open it, they don't find cash. Instead, they discover stacks of IDs belonging to multiple missing young women. And instantly the entire tone changes. Faye panics, tells Rue to put everything back and leave immediately, but Rue refuses. Then Faye starts screaming, alerting everyone in the house, and the episode cuts to black right there. So now everything is spiraling toward disaster. Laurie almost definitely suspects Rue is working with federal authorities. Rue just uncovered evidence connected to something much bigger happening behind the scenes. Faye accidentally exposed her in the worst possible place imaginable. And the season keeps connecting Rue's story to Moses, someone who gets close to freedom but never actually reaches it. Which suddenly makes the finale title, In God We Trust, feel a lot darker. Rain or Shine works perfectly as a penultimate episode because it closes major character arcs while throwing every remaining storyline into complete chaos right before the finale. Ali's backstory completely changes how we view his relationship with Rue. Nate's death, as insane as it was, feels strangely fitting for his character. And the final cliffhanger leaves Rue in one of the most dangerous situations we've seen her in for years. If Rue doesn't make it to Texas, I'm honestly going to need emotional recovery time after this finale. Episode 8, In God We Trust, airs next Sunday on HBO, and I'll definitely be here breaking it all down, probably stressed out all over again. So tell me this, do you think Rue survives the finale?